Hello everyone. Let's take a deep breath together. Lovely. So today I've decided to do a pick a card kind of video, and I hope this will provide you some guidance, for this week, possibly this week, though energies change so fast these days that, it might be for a few days, but you'll see how it goes for you. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now to pick a card between 1 and 3. Hello, Jillian. Hi. Welcome. So pick a card and I'm going to show you the decks that are for each card. So each card will come from another deck. So pick a card between 1 and 3, 1, 2, or 3. Ready? Okay. The first one will come from the Archangel Oracle cards deck. All right. The second card will come from Getting into the Vortex deck. And the third card will come from the Dragon's deck. So just pick 1, 2, or 3. And if you're drawn to more than one card, then at least give them an order so that you know the priority at which you should look at the cards. Okay, let's go. So group number 1, this is card 1. Let's shuffle a little. And I'm asking for a card for group 1. Sometimes they jump out, sometimes they don't. Okay, I'm just gonna choose one. This one. All right, so I'm going to go straight into card 1. Claircognizance. Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So Archangel Uriel, okay, I'm going to show you the card again. Archangel Uriel is one of those angels who helps us ground, okay? So I can see in this card there is lots of ideas and inspiration in your energy field. It's like, there's just so much information, also spiritual kind of guidance and upgrades. Maybe you're having really intense dreams right now. And it's a little bit kind of like, you feel that, oh my God, I could do anything. I can, choose all of these options if I wanted to, and I would be able to do them. But the thing is that we do require some focus in our lives. And sometimes having too many things to do is not the best, because then you split your energy. It's like you divide your energy into the many different parts, many different fields, many different activities. So what I'm seeing from this card is that while you're having lots of inspiration and lots of ideas and lots of upgrades and activations and lots of guidance, there needs to be one particular one that you choose and you bring it to earth. So you ground it. That means you just take action on it. So when it comes to like all this inspiration, the the simple thing to do is to just choose one that sparks the biggest joy in your being. Just choose one that you feel like doing the most in that moment. And that's the one to go for. So focus on that one for a while. And you can always change your mind, but stick to that one choice for a while and see where it takes you. And when you don't like where it's taking you, you can change to another option. Or when you see some kind of openings and further possibilities on that one path, then just follow that path. Okay? Thank you, Group 1. I hope this was helpful. Hello, Laura. Hi. Nice to see you online as well. Okay, so now we do card 2, okay, from the Getting into the Vortex Abraham Hicks cards. So I'm just going to ask for a card. Oh, okay, not the 3. 3 cards or 4 even jumped out, but we'll keep going until we just have 1. Okay, we have 1. All right. The card is this one. Okay, if you have chosen this card, then this is your card. I can attract relationships that agree with my desires. I can attract relationships that agree with my desires. So what I'm feeling for Group 2, if you've chosen this card, there could be or could have been, or you're experiencing right now, a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. It is kind of important for us these days to really manage our emotions and our reactions. Instead of reacting to things, it is better to respond. So when you are connecting with someone, when you are interacting with someone, especially with those people with whom you spend a lot of time in your life, it is easy to kind of fall into the same pattern and keep repeating them over and over, like the patterns of thought and the patterns of behavior in that relationship. The thing is, if you just allow yourself to take a breath when something, let's say a repeating situation happens, and then you take a breath, let me respond to this situation differently than I usually respond. So when you take that breath, it is like a stop. It is like, oh, wait a moment, I'm not used to this kind of response, your mind says. And then you allow yourself to listen to your intuition in that moment, and you allow yourself to respond, not react, in a different way than you would normally. And so what happens when you do that? You actually start to build different pathways in your brain. You start to build different kind of paths to follow as a kind of habit, like new habits, new behaviors. And this is what I feel this card is about for you. It is about building these new habits, new responses, new brain waves, and especially when it comes to relationships. So there can be a huge transformation for you if you just allow yourself to act differently, to feel in the moment, to be from the core of you, from your heart, and not from just that responsive self. And your relationships can really transform and soften you'll feel much better, much softer in your life, okay? And this kind of messy head, messy atmosphere, maybe it's like gives headache to some of you. It will disappear. That noise will go down. All right. Thank you, group 2. Okay. So now we're going to group 3, the Dragon's cards, the Dragon's Oracle cards. So if you have chosen card 3, just take a breath with me now. Let's see. The dragon cards are quite spiritually oriented. So you might also have chosen this card if you're working on something like truly on the energetic level. But not only. Okay, so the card for you is Omega Dragon. Omega Dragon. And the card says, harness the divine feminine power of creation. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. There is a lot in this card, a lot. So first and foremost, I'm feeling a need for you to connect to your divine feminine. So it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman in this lifetime, you have both sides. You have the masculine and you have the feminine. And the divine feminine is all about intuition. It is all about that kind of feeling, the feeling of being nurtured. It is all about action, but through love. Love is the greatest power in the universe. It is. And that biblical saying, the meek shall inherit the earth, we are starting to see it these days that it really is and will be the case. So the more powerful, but the more feminine you're feeling, meaning kind of acting on your intuition, not from the mind only, but when the mind is kind of calm, you allow yourself to hear your intuition. So when you act from your heart, when you act from that kind of, oh, I really feel like doing something right now, then you are tapping into your divine feminine power. And I feel that maybe you have been kind of working on manifesting something, on bringing something into your life or creating something, maybe business-wise, maybe some kind of an improvement in your life, something that you feel will bring more joy and more happiness in your life. Then this is a sign for you that you are on the right path, but it is also a message to really create things from inside out. So we think that the more action we take, the more will happen on the outside. And on some level it is the case. But to be truly in your divine feminine power is to create from within, is to create from that place of, total connection and centeredness, connection to your own self. So I do recommend, if you have chosen this card, that you meditate and that you feel and tune into your heart and your energy first. And from that feeling good place, create, not from the action. Create from that state of joy. Create from that place of total connectedness to your own self. And the creations that you see on the outside, when you connect to the inner, will be so much better, so much higher, so much more satisfying for you, and kind of magical. It will not require a lot of work, whatever you are creating, because when you follow your intuition and your guidance, it's just fun, it is joy, and doesn't feel like work. Okay, lovelies? So I hope that this was helpful for you. As I said, this can be for the next few days or maybe the entire week. Up to you. Maybe the entire month. Who knows? You decide. So let us take a deep breath together. Thank you, Laura. And thank you everybody who is here and who has commented. And just before I go, I want to remind you that we have the Ancestral Lines Healing Workshop that is happening actually in person in Bells Hill in Scotland on the 12th of September. Huge healing is happening in the ancestral lines right now, and all the sessions I've had, both group and personal, I mean, the energy, the power, the shifts happening are just out of this world, indescribable. And in this world as well, because you can see the shifts in your life. Thank you, Jillian, as well. Thank you. And thank you everybody who is here live and via the recording as well. I'm sending you much love, much love, and big hugs for today. Bye-bye, lovelies.